This video is sponsored by His Vessel Academy.
Have you ever wondered when you're given a systems of equations if you can actually find the answer using your calculator? Let's find out if that's possible. First thing I want to do is I need to know how to enter it into the calculator. So I'm going to hit this y equals. And I'm just going to type in this 1 divided by 2, and then I'm going to hit this little this xton, and it gives me my x. I'm going to hit subtract 3 and enter, because that's my first equation. My second equation is 2x minus 6. My y equals is already there. We're good. So now when I hit graph, I might not have anything there, or maybe I have a wrong setup. So we want to hit this zoom, and I want to hit this zoom standard. Okay, the standard is a 10 by 10. Let's see if that works. Here's my standard. Well, I see one of the lines. I see the second line, and it looks like it hits it right about there. I really can't tell. I could zoom in, but then I might not necessarily get it correct. So we're going to hit second, and we're going to hit trace. And look at all these fun things we can play with back here. First thing is, if I wanted a particular value for x, I would put it there. If I wanted to see where it crosses the x-axis, I would hit there. But I'm looking for where they actually intersect. And the good news is the calculator is pretty smart, so there's not much to it. It says, hey, is this the line you want? Yeah, I want that line. Hey, is this the other line you want? Yeah, I want that line too. So kind of keep an eye up there in case you have 3 lines. And then it's going to say guess. Who thought that was a good idea? So we're going to go for this intersection. And it says here my intersection is 2, negative 2. There's my answer. Isn't that cool? So let's try another one. What if I have something, again, pretty simple, right? So we're going to clear that off. I want you to try it with me, or if you want to, pause the video and see if you can do it. See if you come up with the same answer I do. I am going to hit this negative, because that's going to have a negative in front of that x, with the x, and then I'm going to hit plus 4. Enter that. And then I'm going to hit 4, this is 4 minus y, so be careful of that. I'm just going to dump the y over and bring the x over. I don't know if that made sense. So in other words, the easiest way to manipulate something like this is just add y to both sides, and therefore that goes away, right? So then I end up with y plus x equals 4. I'm going to subtract x to both sides, so I literally just kind of switch places. So if I had put it in there wrong, by the way, for this case, it would have actually worked out fine. Most times it doesn't. So we're going to hit that 4 minus x. So sometimes you may have to manipulate the equation. You always want it equaling x, so keep that in mind. And then we're going to hit graph. Now my graph does have to show up on my actual screen. And it looks like the other one isn't showing up. So I got to think, wonder where that guy is, right? So we may have to scroll out a little bit. So here we go. We have 2 choices. We can zoom out, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. And I'm going to say, I don't know exactly where it is, but let's go 20, okay? So we're going to go, I'm just going to change all of my 10s to 20s and see what happens there. Now, it may work, it may not. We're going to find out. If it's a big number, you're going to want to do fit or out, because you never know where it is, and then zoom in when you get there. We went 20. I almost put 10. Or 2. All right, so now I want to hit graph. And I still didn't get a very good graph. I do apologize. So let's try that again. Well, actually, I'm just going to do the zoom out, because obviously I'm not doing so well with this. Probably talking at the same time. So we're going to hit zoom out just to see where that other line is. Wait a minute. That's the same line, isn't it? So be careful that you didn't just graph the same line, because honestly, if you think about it, 4 minus x and 4 minus x are the same thing. So be careful of that. So that's a trick question. Let's try another one. This one, a lot of times we'll use substitution or elimination because it's not going to give me a whole number. So let's go ahead and hit the y equals. We're going to clear out what we have. And we're going to put that 13x minus 5. All right, the next one I'm going to put is that 1/2 x plus 3. And I'm just going to graph those, okay? So I want to make sure, I may look at it real carefully just to make sure I put the right thing in. I hit graph, And you can see that it's there. Now I can zoom in. It looks like it's in that same area, so I can just put it in the standard form, and you can see it. I didn't have to. As long as that intersection is showing up on my screen, I can use my second trace and hit my intersection. It's just, if it doesn't show up on the screen, I do have to zoom out. Otherwise, it won't give me my answer. So again, it's asking me, do you want that 13x minus 5? And I'm going to go yes. It's going to say, do you want that 1/2 x plus 3? And I'm going to say yes. It still gives me guess. I just don't know why. But now it's going to give me a 0.64 and a 3.32. So it's kind of cool how it works, that I don't necessarily always have to have it elimination or substitution. I can now check my answers to make sure they're correct. Hopefully you can give me a thumbs up and you like this video so I can make more of these, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good day.
At His Vessel Academy, we offer live interactive classes as well as some self-paced courses. Visit hisvesselacademy.com for more information and register today.